Hello there. This is going to be a short tutorial to show you how to set up SQL on GCP. So the first thing we'll do is come up to this hamburger menu at the top here, and we're going to pick SQL. Now there's many versions of SQL, many implementations of SQL. We're going to create an instance. You see that we have MySQL, we have Postgres. I'm going to create a Postgres SQL here, and by default, they're going to give you an instance name. You can change this to whatever you want. They will also, by default, give you a password. So you can copy this password or you can generate a new password. So we can also take a look at what this password is. We can also type in a new password if we wanted to. So we'll just copy this over. Okay, and if we scroll down a little bit, we're going to see that we have the option of Enterprise Plus or Enterprise. They're just different implementations, or different hardwares and different uptimes and reliabilities. And if we come down here, we can pick a production or development or a sandbox. I'm going to pick a sandbox just because that's the least costly at this moment. So this is just a demo, so I'm just going to pick the least expensive one. We can also show more configurations. In the configurations, you get to kind of pick your storage, your connections, your data protection, and so on. We're going to make sure that public IP is chosen because this is how we're going to be connecting to our database instance. Now, if you read this up here, it says you have not authorized any external networks. So by default, there is a firewall that keeps any external IPs from connecting to your database instance. I'm just going to choose a new network here, and I'm going to whitelist basically all of the IPs. Now, of course, this is not practical. If you're actually connecting from home or you're connecting from some external source, I would recommend writing down only the IP that you're using to connect to that instance. So anyways, here, we're just going to allow every IP to connect. So 0.0.0/0 is going to allow everyone to connect. All right, so I'm going to create this instance, and this is going to take about 2 minutes. So I'm just going to let it run for a little bit, and we'll come back. Okay, so everything is done here, and you can see that we're going to be given a connection name, a public IP, and an outgoing IP. So you can see here that there are some options that we can have to connect. So the first one we're going to click on is the PSQL client, and it tells you here that these are the different ways that you can connect via the client. So here we're going to take a look at this connection. So we're going to type this directly into our client. So we're going to copy this over, and we're going to head over to our terminal here and just paste this in. So the host address that we're looking for here is the external IP that we saw at the previous page. So we'll just quickly come back to the previous page and we will copy that external IP. All right, so this is now going to ask us for a password for the user Postgres. And so I'm just going to paste whatever is in there. And oh, apparently I didn't paste it. All right, let's take a look here. Maybe we'll try this one more time. All right, and paste. Okay, maybe I didn't copy it properly. Okay, so if this ever happens, we can head over to users on the side here. And we can just change our password. All right, so I'm just going to type in an easy to remember password like root. I'm going to click OK. And now we'll come back and let's try this again. So we'll just type in that password. Okay, so now we're in. This is us connected to the SQL instance that we just created. All right, so now what we can do is we can just put in whatever commands we need to set up this database. So right now you see that we don't have any connections. We can create a database right now. So let's create a database called users. And we'll change into the users database. And let's create a quick table. We'll create a table called users. We'll do ID serial, name, varchar 20, and age integer. And we'll quickly make the serial a primary key. Okay, great. So now we can take a look at the data table, and users is set up. So down in the comments, I will also post a way that we can connect our application to our database instance via the connection name. So take a look at that link, and this is how you would be able to connect your apps internally if it's hosted on GCP as well. All right, thanks for watching.